You can tell how much money Tony Stark was willing to waste just by looking at his mansion. This guy literally almost destroyed his own oceanfront house, all because he was trying to find a new element that could save his life. After Tony revealed that he was Iron Man, the government started putting pressure on him. They wanted his armor, they wanted his technology. Basically, they wanted everything. But Tony wasn't giving it to them, because to Tony, Iron Man wasn't just some weapon. Iron Man was him. But Tony had another problem that was way more serious. The reactor in his chest was using palladium, and that palladium was slowly poisoning him. So every time Tony used the suit, his condition got worse. And if he couldn't find something to replace the palladium, that reactor was eventually going to kill him. Tony knew he was running out of time, so he started preparing Pepper to take over Stark Industries. But instead of trying to save himself, Tony basically started acting like he didn't care anymore. He went to a race with Pepper, but Tony being Tony, he didn't just watch the race. He secretly put on a racing suit and jumped onto the track. And that's when Ivan Vanko showed up. Ivan opened his coat and revealed the reactor in his chest. Then two electric whips came out of his hands, and within seconds, he destroyed one of the race cars. Tony didn't have his Iron Man armor yet, so he was basically just trying not to get killed. Then Happy came in with his car and hit Ivan, and Pepper finally brought Tony his armor. The second Tony put it on, he started attacking Ivan with repulsor blasts, but Ivan's whips were strong enough to block the attack. Then he wrapped the whips around Tony's armor and completely trapped him. Tony eventually managed to break free and fight back, and in the end, he destroyed Ivan's chest reactor. But then Tony realized something. Ivan had already figured out how to copy his Iron Man technology, and Tony's own condition was getting worse. His palladium poisoning had reached 89%. At this point, Tony started thinking he might actually be running out of time. So what did he do? He threw a huge party. And obviously, a Tony Stark party is never normal. He put on the Iron Man suit and started dancing on stage. He even showed everyone how he could use the bathroom without taking the suit off. Then he started firing repulsor blasts inside the mansion, and that's when Rhodey finally had enough. He put on the Mark II armor and went after Tony. The two started fighting inside the mansion, and they absolutely destroyed the place. The living room, the rooftop, pretty much everything got wrecked. Eventually, Tony and Rhodey fired repulsor blasts at each other at the same time, and the fight finally stopped. Rhodey then took the Mark II armor to the military, because the military wanted to turn it into a weapon. Meanwhile, Tony basically stopped doing anything productive. He'd spend the whole day relaxing, eating burgers on top of a giant donut. That's when Nick Fury showed up. Fury already knew Tony was being poisoned. That's why Natasha had been keeping an eye on him. Later, Natasha gave Tony a special serum that helped reduce the effects of the poisoning. Then Fury told Tony he needed to find a new element, but Tony didn't think that was possible. He said he'd already tested every known element. Nothing could replace palladium. And that's when Fury told him something Tony wasn't expecting. He hadn't actually tried everything yet.